1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, my name is Diego from the Hit Music Studio, and in this video, and let me turn my metronome off, I would like to explain a little bit of like a couple of details that I think you should look for when you're playing this Deck the Halls, of course, a very traditional Christmas and holiday classic. So in this video, I would like to first tell you that you can use what I just played as a play along. So once you get the hang of it, start playing it, try to play it maybe just the right hand or just the left. If you want access to the sheet music that we use here at the Hit, you can do so by checking the link that we posted on the description of this video. And at the same time, in this short video, I just want to give you a couple of quick pointers of the main mistakes that I see my students do. So let's go ahead and jump right back into a close-up. So a couple of main things that I want you to just be aware. One of the first ones is this. A lot of people start playing this song very fast. They start practicing it very fast, and they start making mistakes. Now, I think that's very, very unnecessary to do. Whenever you practice, you should always practice slowly. You should practice carefully. It's almost like the first 5 times that you do something, it's incredibly important that you do it correctly. I would start with just the right hand and be aware that the notes there for, let's say, the first line, they are not the same size. Now, at the same time, let me mention that we're posting actually 2 different versions, one with the letters and one without, and one with all of the finger numbers. Your fingers are 1 for the thumbs and 5 for the pinkies. So take advantage of learning it directly with the numbers that we have on the sheet music. It really makes a big difference. So with that said, make sure that the second note is an F, is a short note. So that's not all of them the same, is second note short to the E. Keep going, very steady here, and here we speed up. So a couple things that I see a lot of students have trouble with this. Very good to just take that and repeat it 5 to 10 times. Make sure that your fingers are doing it correctly. It's something that probably if you've never done something that just feels like that, may give you a little bit of a hard time. The second thing that I want to mention there on that line is to make sure that you do 1, 2, 1. So without losing the position, you keep your thumb on C, reach over, and play back. So that will be the first tips for lines 1 and 2, which are technically the same. So nothing to that. Practice it slowly, and I would encourage you to just do it with the beginning of the video, with playing it with myself. That's why I counted, so you can play along with. Now, third line, super important. Just try to do just the right hand so you can get familiar. The first 2 bars is no change of position. We stay where we normally are in C position. Finger 1 on C, 2 on E, 2 on D, 3 on E, and so on. We play this. No changes there. When you do this, it's like a C major scale in which we need to switch here to do a 3 on E, 1 on F, 2 on G, 3 on A, 4 on B, and 5 on C. I will practice just this. And make sure that your hand and your brain gets used to being able to switch that, because most of my students get this and they just do almost like anything. And it doesn't sound good. So try to avoid that. Now, the other thing is that you're playing 8th notes and then a quarter note. So there's technically 2 notes that are short, little longer note, short, and 1 more long. So make sure that you do that. The third line is by far the hardest and is literally on this section. So if you need to do that 50 times in a row, that's okay. One of the things that I see with my students, no one wants to repeat things, but they want to get good at it. You don't get good at it by just blowing through everything and just not repeating anything. When something is giving you trouble, stop and just play that. And that may be 2 seconds, that may be 3 seconds of music. It's absolutely normal. So just do that. So lastly, the last line, the beginning is the same as the first 2. And lastly, we do this with 5 on A. So there, that little, I guess, thing of switching a little bit to move your pinky to A should not be a big deal. So definitely, I want to encourage you, practice and practice slowly and take advantage of the sheet music. One of the main problems that I see with teaching overall piano is that a lot of people assume that a beginner would figure out what the correct numbers of your fingers should be when playing something that doesn't have them. So here we have made a big change in starting to put all of the numbers. So that way when you see a note, you know, am I playing it with 3? Am I playing it with 1? Am I playing it with 5? That makes a huge difference. I want to encourage you to go slow at the beginning and learn it with the correct numbers. Now, in the description of the video, we also have access to our holiday course, which is multiple songs explained a little bit further than I'm doing here, with sheet music, with and without the letters. So if you're interested in that, check that out. And we want to thank you for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one, and happy holidays.